school. Thinking I might go from my way too slow. All these tears are gonna make love seeds grow. Mine, you're all mine, no more. White lies, no hide or disguise. Don't need no goodbye. Don't say farewell, baby. Trust will prevail, baby. Don't say farewell, baby. I just believe in me and you. Take my love, I need you to follow. Risky love, we worry tomorrow. Pick you up in a Benz Viano. I just don't like to see you sad, oh. Falling deep and I getting shallow. Cupid hitting me with the arrow. You so sweet like the best cologne. Cologne, oh. Mine, you're all mine, no more. White lies, no hide or disguise. Don't need no goodbye. Don't say farewell, baby. Trust will prevail, baby. Don't say farewell, baby. I just believe in me and you. I just believe in me and you. I just believe in me and you. I just believe in me and you.
Hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody. I hope you're all doing very well today. God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Welcome to tonight's episode of F Love, Forget Love. Last week we had a crazy pilot, first episode. I don't think anything could have prepared me for last week. I'm excited for tonight's episode. If you're watching, if you're new on here, hit the like button, share the live stream with somebody, tell them, to come listen, share it with your friends, your family members, grab your popcorns. Last week, we had a female guest. We had a woman sharing with us her crazy relationship story. Today, we have a male sharing with us his crazy relationship story. I don't know how this is going to go today. I don't know the depth of how this story is going to go. But one thing I know is that we're going to learn from this story, and we're going to have biblical insight at the end of whatever this story is that we're about to hear. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't know how it's going to go, but we know it's going to be crazy. So I love that. Grab your popcorn, grab your pop, grab your whatever. If you're married, grab your blankets and throw your blanket with your spouse and, shut the doors. We're about to have conversation. God is good. I'm going to welcome our guest today to tonight's episode. Hello, guest. Hello, caller. How are you?
Hey, how you doing, Pastor? Thank you for having me on tonight.
Good to have you. I'm gonna try and keep my serious face today. Last week, let me just say for disclaimer, if you see me smiling sometimes, I smile in awkward situations or when awkward stories are being told. It's not a lack of empathy. I just don't know how to react. Okay, so how's your evening? Good?
It's going good. Yeah, man, I'm just glad to be on and give a guy perspective.
Cool.
Men go through too in relationships.
Let's go. Okay. Now, I'm sorry. All right. I hear you have a crazy past. You have a couple of crazy stories. Your whole life has been crazy. I like to hear some of the genesis of your story. I like to hear, what your dating life has been like, what it is currently, where you're at, and your crazy story. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thanks. Ever since I've been young, I've always, from a young age, I wanted to start a family real young, and I don't know, man. I always just was excited about the family aspect, and I started dating real early, and I dated a lot of different girls. I love the Latinos. I really love the Latinos. Uh, but for some reason, every Latino
Close
I
them
dated,
doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
that's funny. Every Latino I dated, they cheated on me
I'm
for
sorry.
for 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 no apparent reason. I mean, I try to be I don't know. I felt like I was just too nice, and we would start, from young, like middle school, high school, even college, and it really, it really broke my heart. But
Wait, one
I
second. One
just
second. You're saying every single Latina you dated.
cheated on me.
That's sad. I'm sorry to hear. I'm sorry to hear. Keep going.
Yeah, so it's crazy though. You would think I would learn from the last relationship, but I just had a fetish for the Latinos. I just really like Latinos, and the way I would find out,
Keep
yeah,
going.
I mean, although fast forward, I wound up not marrying a Latino, but I really just got turned off by the whole situation. But the way I would find out is, you know, uh, another girl that liked me would know that the girl I was with was cheating with somebody she knew, and I would be in denial at first until they came with receipts. And when I saw the
What kind of
receipts,
receipts are we talking? Like what? Like give me an example of how you found out something crazy.
okay, so back in the days, social media wasn't really a thing.
Hmm.
So one instant, I was invited to a party. And so one of the girls that liked me, she invited me to the party. She said, "Watch. If you don't believe me, just come with me to the party and you'll see your girlfriend with the guy I told you I saw her with."
Let me ask you a question though. No judgment. Why did you have a girlfriend, but you were talking to a girl that you knew liked you?
That's a good question, Pastor. We weren't we were just associates. So when I say that, I know it sounds funny, but like I was a faithful guy, but we were just associates. So we all hung out together, some of the fellas, and like it was the thing, like we all just hung out together. But I mean, I knew she liked me, but I never crossed that line because I was in a relationship.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I really value being in relationships and being faithful, because I believe if I do it to the girl that I'm with, then it'll be done back to me. But that's the thing that would mess me up is, like, yo, I'm being faithful. Why you gotta cheat on me? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
why? But the crazy thing is the guys that they would cheat on me with would be like bad boys, like, street dudes. And that had me thinking like, dang, I'm like too nice or something, man. I need to start, being street or more stern or firm or whatnot. But in my head, like I want to start a family. Like I think too, I just fell in love too easy, and they took advantage of me. But I'm not playing victim. I'm just
Let me
saying,
ask a question. When you say too easy, I mean like you meet this girl today. How long will it take you to fall in love? Like,
all right. So now this is back in the days when
okay.
I would meet a girl. I'm thinking man, I would love to marry this girl, you know. So in the space of maybe a month or so, I start falling in love with them and, catching feelings, just start daydreaming about having a family. But I don't know. I mean, I felt like I dealt with rejection, so I was looking for love in the relationships that I was in,
Rejection from where?
the previous girls that cheated on me.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
come from a two parent household.
Okay.
However, my dad would always be working, and
Mm,
he was present but not, you know, available. And so I just wanted, I don't know, like I would watch this show called The Brady Bunch. I'm not sure if you know about that one. So I've always wanted that. And at home it wasn't really like that. Not that I come from a broken home or anything like that, but it's just the love. I was looking for the love. I was looking for the, I don't know, man, just feeling needed, feeling wanted.
mm,
And so I found myself looking that for that in relationships, after another. Um, but it just seemed like every girl I was dating, they just would cheat on me.
mm. You just seem to attract the ones that would cheat. Every
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, I understand.
yeah,
I understand. And
yeah.
then I guess my other question is, okay, we've established that you will find out through, you said you call them your associates. So you find out, what will be your response? Like when you find out, what was your response?
I'm not gonna lie, I was very upset, man.
Mm,
Just like in disbelief, like all the signs were there,
mm,
but I was just being in denial.
mm. So
I
would
didn't
you
want to
like
believe it.
approach them? Would you talk to them? Like what would that conversation look like?
I approached him, like when I went to the party, I saw her there. I walked up to her and the guy.
Hmm.
You know what I did? I shook the guy's hand. I said, "Hey, man, obviously you're doing something better than I am. You could take my sloppy seconds." And
Jesus.
I just broke up with her. I dumped her right there on the scene, man. I was just
You said that to
distraught.
the guy.
Yeah, I told her. I shook the guy's hand.
All right. Let me just cleanse this last with the DJ air horn. Wait, what?
Like, cause I'm thinking, like, if she has to cheat on me, obviously I'm not doing something right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I felt like the problem was with me, like because I'm the common denominator. Like, why are they all cheating on me?
So what happened with the next one then? So this one cheated on you, you confronted the guy. What happened with the next guy? The next girl. And how did you handle the next
Uh,
guy? Approach him as well? Or did you what happened?
no, I didn't approach him. That situation, I didn't I didn't get to catch them in the act.
Okay.
However, I just broke up with her, and I told her, I just can't keep doing this, man. The sad part is I went back to those relationships. I went back like a few times, and
Wait.
then
After you found out that
yeah,
she cheated, you went back to her.
yeah,
Them,
yeah, yeah.
not her. You had a pattern of, okay, you hurt me, you're not married to me, I'm gonna come back to you. Why were you going back? What, like, in that moment, why were you going back? And then in hindsight, why do you think you were going back?
In that moment, I just didn't want to be by myself. Like I didn't want to be alone. and we started the relationship, and I felt like, man, I don't want to have to start all over with somebody else.
Mm,
It's easier to just pick up where we left off and try to work it out.
mm.
But then it happened again a few times, and I was just like, man, that's it, man. I just can't keep doing this. But then hindsight, I look back and I was trying to fill a void.
Hmm.
So I was trying to look for acceptance.
Hmm. Okay, you were looking for acceptance. How many times would you
Yeah.
go back to them? Like, would you go back to them and be like, man, this, would they say, oh my God, I'm sorry, will never happen again? Da-da-da-da. Like, what was the response like before you went back to them? Like, who would text first? Who would ask to get back? Was there apologies? Like, what was that looking like?
They'll usually apologize first, and I'll be a sucker for it and just go back.
What was the
And
apology like? Like you caught the girl in the party with this guy. You were like, "Hey, you can have my whatever, whatever." The girl, your associate is there. Your says like, "Look, oh my gosh, I told you." Like, and then the associates and you just don't talk anymore, or like, what happens with the associate after you find out that your girl was cheating? Like, like what happens there?
so on one of the occasions, you know, well, actually, I'll get back to the associate. They would just typically just, apologize about, talking to somebody else, and try to explain how one thing led to another. And for some reason, I would just suck her up and just give in and just.
One
But
thing.
again, it's coming from that place of just not wanting to be by myself again.
Okay, okay. I'm just trying to figure out what leads to what. That leads to that. Like one thing led to another, then you end up. Okay, so then the associate. What happens? Like you never talk to them again, and you're just like, "Hey, thank you so much for helping me." Like, is there some sort of relationship there? Like, what happens?
Well, one of the associates were very upset with me because she really went out her way just to kind of warn me.
Mm,
And now, fast forward, one of the other associates, when similar situation happened, we wound up talking to each other, but we never dated. We hung out,
what does hung
did a
out?
few things.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, Pastor, but yeah, we did a few things, uh, and it
You
just
did
stopped
one or
there
two
because I
things. One or two
really,
things. A few things.
like, we went on a date, made out.
One or two. Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
So this associate, that's what we're calling them, associates. That's just what she was. She was just an associate that you happened to be friends with while you had a girlfriend who then you went on a date with and did a few things. I
Well,
guess one
well,
to another, but
well. The when I say associate, we're all friends.
okay,
Like,
I
it
get.
was friends with the girl that I was talking to. Yeah. So it's not somebody I had on the side.
Okay, okay. It still wasn't like a side piece or nothing.
No,
Okay, okay, good.
no.
Okay. Um, Okay. And then when you get back together, like what was your heart telling you? Thank you so much, Angel. I think that's how you say your name. Thank you. How when you get back with this girl, like would you have it in your heart like she would never do that again, or she's like sorry, like will you get more suspicious about her activities? Will you be like wanting to look at her phone? Would you like want to like what was in your head? Like would you question her or you just blindly love again? Like nothing ever happened.
No, this time around, I wouldn't go through her phone or anything, but I for sure didn't trust her. You know, uh, I'll double check if she says she's going somewhere. Just
Okay.
verify, make sure. But it got a little bit of a tedious and a little overwhelming because now, like, I'm paranoid, like, man, if she's going to do this again, or, who's the next guy I'm going to have to confront. Eventually, something just snapped in me. I was just like, you know what? I really got to a place where I just got tired of it, and I just stopped caring, and that's just one relationship where this particular time where I kind of lingered, but I don't know, something snapped. When it started happening again, I just started cutting them loose and
It happened
just went on to the
again. She did it
next.
again.
Well, this particular one, she did it 3 times.
Huh.
3 times.
So after the first time you forgave, the second time you forgave, you're not like after the second time, like how did you find out the second time?
Second time, my cousin told me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, listen, man, I know you love this girl, but she's riding in somebody else's new vehicle. So she got with the guy because he had a car, and at the time I didn't have a car. So that's why she cheated on me.
I'm sorry, this is crazy. You scared me for a second. I was like, this is a church channel. Golly. I feel like now I need to. I feel like now it's me. It may not be you. That's crazy. That's crazy. She left you because of a guy with a car.
Yeah.
How old was this girl? How old were you?
Well, at this time we were teenagers,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that one was a younger one.
Okay.
But I'm looking at just the history. Just this one was younger. But when I got up into college, it's like the pattern just kept going.
You just didn't learn.
Didn't learn. It's almost like I didn't really know who I was
Okay.
as a man, and
Okay.
so my self-esteem or confidence was real low.
Okay. Okay. I see. Self-esteem low. What happened with the college one? Same thing?
So it was more so like a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's long distance, you're not with the person every day,
Mm-hmm.
but people talk.
Yeah.
Found out. All right, let me tell you about a crazy one. This one, this was a church girl.
Hmm.
I was dating a church girl. Thank God I'm healed from it, but
Is this Latina
she
still or another race?
actually this one was uh a black girl, Haitian girl.
Okay, okay. So it's not like your arch nemesis are Latinas. It's nothing like that.
No, no, no. Just majority of the girls I dated were Latinas.
How many are we talking?
Um,
How many Latinas are we talking?
Pastor, I'm gonna be honest, there's quite a few of them.
And they all cheated on you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wow, that's crazy. Wow.
I know it sounds unbelievable,
That's believable. I believe it. I
but
mean, you went back to the same
this is
girl
what
3 times. I believe everything else you say.
yeah.
It's
This
crazy.
I you know, well, let me tell you about the one girl from church I was growing up in.
Mm-hmm.
So Haitian girl, real pretty.
Mm-hmm. 1 second, Shanjay says, "Who's vetting these stories beforehand?" No, nobody. That's why it sounds so crazy. Keep going. The
Yeah,
Haitian
but
Haitian girl.
yeah,
Real.
when I share my story, a lot of people may think it's not real.
Okay.
Uh, it's real. I had to deal with this for years, but thank God I'm not dealing with these things anymore. And so the Haitian girl, she she really surprised me.
Oh,
Church girl. Uh, we were dating, and I would only see her at church. So uh, throughout the week we'll just talk on the phone. So now word gets back to me. She was sleeping with football players, and one of the guys was a superstar. I mean, if I mention his name, some people may know
no, don't mention his name is fine.
him. High school superstar running back. And when I found that out, I was man, I was broken.
Okay.
Then this one is what put the nail in the
Mm.
coffin for me. Our youth leader was caught at the hotel with her.
Ha.
That one just really took me out.
Ha.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
Oh my
Hey,
God.
bro.
Your youth leader.
Youth leader.
Did you have a relationship with the youth leader before or no?
Yeah, I was cool with the guy. Laugh all the time. Would go play basketball with the other guys. And this whole time he was laughing in my face and messing around with my girlfriend at the time. I couldn't believe it. And that when how I found that out was that her mother found out that they were at a hotel. And my mother told me. She tried everything to get back with me. That one I didn't go back.
Thank God. You didn't go back to this one.
No, no, I didn't go back to this one.
This the youth leader. The youth leader. We're gonna call her sister youth leader. You didn't go back to that one.
No, I
Oh,
didn't.
thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. Another round of applause. Wow, you learned finally. Why didn't you go back to this one? What was different about this one?
I guess just all the previous relationships, just going through that, and this one was just too much. I mean, the whole football team and now the youth leader.
And your
I
mom,
couldn't
your mom
imagine
found
my,
out.
and then my mother found out. Like
Your
I would be a fool to go back.
Jesus.
Till this day, if what's crazy? I saw her at the mall with her two daughters. Hadn't seen her in years, and I'm really glad that I never went back.
Why?
She just don't look the same, and also, like it was just a reminder that I don't need to settle for a woman like that caliber.
Mm,
People change, and I forgive her and everything, but that really crushed me
mm, mm,
to the point where I was just thinking, is it worth being faithful in a relationship?
mm,
Should I start doing these women all type of ways?
mm. Did you ever
It
become that?
almost turned me. I almost went there, Pastor. I almost became that guy that became bitter and not better.
Bitter, not better. You almost became that guy. Okay. And then after you dated all these girls, did you, this is for everyone is asking, did you get time to go to therapy, talk to a counselor, talk to an elder, talk to someone to walk you through it, or you learned by yourself at that time of your life?
At that time, I did learn on my own, but I did eventually sat down and spoke with a counselor.
Okay, you spoke to.
Um, yeah, yeah, like I just started to feel like I was turning into somebody that I'm not, I wasn't, and my heart started to get a little hard. Not that I hated women or anything, but I just wasn't sure about a future of being married and having to worry about my spouse cheating on me.
Mm, I understand. I get it. Kind of get it. I don't understand it, but I kind of get it. Let me ask now. So after dating, you speak to this counselor, you kind of move on and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Did you get married after that? Did you stay single? Like what's going on with the future now at that point?
So fast forward, I eventually did get married,
Mm-hmm.
but the signs were there, and I pushed past it. When we were
Wait, the
dating,
signs of what?
potential unfaithful uh woman.
Hey.
She wasn't completely over her ex, and she was in an abusive relationship. I found myself trying to play, Superman, so to speak, and I convinced myself that I can change her, bring her
Oh,
over to the
Captain Save
Lord.
Sister in the Lord. I got it.
Yeah, yeah, Captain. And she cheated on me
Mm.
when we were dating
With who?
with her ex.
She cheated on you when you were dating. When you were saying that, it sounded like there was more you were about to say. And I don't, I hope you're not going to say, then you got married and
Yeah.
then she cheated on you again with the same guy. But go ahead. I don't want to go ahead of you. She cheated on you while you were dating with her ex. And then what happened?
Well, where I was convinced to just, look at it as a weakness and give her a chance, a leader that I was up under. And I took her advice,
One second,
married the girl.
one second. I just got have a very great question. Did they have you paying all the bills before y'all were even in a relationship? Were you paying bills? Were you taking care of things? Were you taking care of the meals?
Well, yeah, I didn't believe in living with somebody without marrying them first. So
Okay.
that part was really like, yeah, just, spending money on her, covering most of the stuff. Yeah, yeah, that's about right.
So yeah, you were paying for their bills, paying for things and everything, and then they would go
Yep,
sleep
yep.
with their exes or sleep with another guy.
Well, what I know of is her ex. Yeah,
Okay, so then you got your spiritual leader, your pastor, whoever
yeah,
from church, tells you, "Oh, this is just a weakness that she has." Was she related to
yeah.
this girl? Did she have? Was she know her before you?
No, actually, the leader knew me first, but looking
Sounds
back
like she don't like
hindsight,
you.
hmm?
Sounds like she wasn't looking out for your best interest, or for
No,
even her best interest.
it was for her best interest to lead her because they believed in marrying within the church, so everybody could have the same doctrine and you know uh, be under the same control. If
We're
I
gonna
marry
address that today.
outside, yeah, if I marry outside, then chances are me staying there are not that high.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's pretty much just trying to lock me in there,
Okay.
so I wouldn't go anywhere because I was an asset there to the ministry.
Okay.
Yeah, so eventually we got married, and it wasn't a good marriage. It was very toxic.
Okay.
She was very verbally abusive towards me.
Okay. Like what
And
what would she say? Sorry, I'm asking.
no, that's fine, Pastor. Uh Man, really have to jog my memory because it's been such a long time. She would basically belittle me as a man and compare me to her ex and call me a coward.
Wait, like how would she compare you to her ex? Like what was she saying to you?
You know, her ex would slap her around, and she would say things when we would get in a heated situation that I reminded her of her ex. No good, and just not a real man.
She would say you're not a real man.
Yeah, towards the end of our relationship, she said that she'd pray to God to give her a real man of God. That I wasn't a real man of God.
But she was cheating on you. She cheated before. How does God give
Yeah.
you a real man of God so that you can destroy him? I think maybe God realized that you were not ready to become a man and you hadn't learned your lesson. So that was another
Hmm.
lesson for you to learn. Like it seemed like you got what it seems like you got
Yeah.
what you deserved because
Yeah.
clearly you didn't learn in high school, you didn't learn in college, you didn't learn throughout after college, dating all these girls, dating the church
Hmm.
girl that was sleeping with your dribble brother. I think that's what somebody called the dribble brother, right? I don't. Hopefully, that's not a bad term. Sleeping with your basketball buddy, and youth pastor, and the football player. Your parents find out, communicate it to you. You still go after a woman still like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like you didn't learn your lesson. Sounds like
Yeah.
she didn't deserve a good man. Sounds like she didn't deserve a real man. And sounds like you were in no place to handle a good woman because you didn't even know what a good woman would look like. You didn't think you were good enough to get a good woman. You didn't even know your self-worth.
Hmm.
How would you have how would you have treated a good woman if you didn't know how to spot a good woman?
That's true.
Okay. I'm getting we're getting somewhere. How did you find out she cheated the first time?
Well, she confessed it when we were dating. She confessed it to one of the church sisters, and then that got back to the pastor, and then the pastor told me. Then the second time I caught her,
I don't
I
understand.
had
Were you married at the second time or were you still dating?
the second time it happened was when we actually got married, and it was a guy on her job. And so my sister was working at the same workplace with her, and she saw them in, conversation, and during lunchtime they were getting a little too friendly. She was trying to warn me, and I didn't believe it at first. Then one day I just saw it on her phone. She had her phone out, and I saw it, and
What did you see on the phone?
her conversation with the guy.
What was she saying?
I only saw a little bit of it before she got a hold of her phone, but they were discussing lunch.
Talking about going to lunch.
Yeah. So that I put two and two together. This is what my sister was telling me. So that's when I knew, okay, she's cheating. Then I confronted her about it, and she's very narcissistic. So she turned it on me and made me feel bad.
Golly.
Like I was the one that was making up things, and she started gaslighting me. And then I just eased off and I let it go. And it happened a second time. And this was on a different job. This time I just had, gut feeling, Holy Spirit was just showing me like, hey, you need to go check on your wife, man. She's been acting a little distant.
I don't think
So,
it was the Holy Spirit. I think you got hurt so many times that you had an intuition. There was a memory of being hurt and being placed in situations that make you suspicious. You just know when something is off. I
you're
think if
right.
the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit was gonna warn you, he would have warned you before you got married.
Well, he did, and I just pushed past it. You're right, Pastor. I just pushed past it. Had that same strange feeling again,
How did she
and
gaslight you after you caught her the second time? What did she say to you?
I'm making up things, and how could I believe my sister over her? How could I put my family above her? Would you take her word over my word? It's there's nothing happening here, and we're just friends, and we all have lunch together. So I just eased off.
I haven't done this before, but I'm gonna do it today. I would like the audience to ask questions. Ask questions because I feel like there's so much to unpack from this story. Because if one woman did it, it would have been the woman. If two women did it, it would have been the women. But it was a repetition. You see what I'm saying? Like the pattern was just, it's not the women anymore. You see what I'm saying? Fool me
Mhm.
once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Let's get to the begin. Did anything about this hurt? Did anything about this hurt? Was there something you were resonating with this hurt? Was there a feeling you got out of it? I know it's a crazy question to ask. Was there something familiar that you got out of getting hurt? Some sort of satisfaction, maybe.
I don't know if I'd call it satisfaction. I just probably could say that I got used to it, almost like I was expecting it to happen.
You expecting it to happen. Okay,
Yeah,
here's another question. Were you hurt as a child? Like, did you go through hurt? What was your relationship with like your mom, like with your dad, with your siblings? Were your siblings, did you have a good relationship with your siblings, or were you in conflict with your siblings? Was Because if there was conflict, then we can understand why you were looking for some sort of acceptance. So what did that look like with your siblings and your parents?
from my siblings, I was pretty cool with my brothers, but me and my sister didn't really get along.
Okay.
And so I would always try to mend that relationship. However, it would be up and down. Till today, it's a little up and down, but at the moment, we're okay.
Okay.
And with my mother, we're really good now.
Okay.
We've pretty much always been good. However, when she would get upset, I would feel bad about it.
Hmm.
Never really like getting her upset, but those are two women in my life early on that things wasn't 100%. So I could kind of see where some of that hurt with women ties ties into a little bit.
I don't think it was hurt. I think it was looking for acceptance, wanting to be accepted, wanting
Yeah,
to a fight for acceptance. That's why after you got hurt, it almost seemed like you wanted to show your worth. Oh, look at
yeah.
me. No, I'm better than this person. Hey, take me back.
Yeah.
I'll say like that behavior was clown behavior. Honestly, if I had a clown emoji, I'll throw it on the screen right now because that's crazy. Three times as crazy work to go back to the same girl that cheated on you. It don't make any sense. But
Mm-hmm.
it looks like this. Okay, this is what it looks like. It looks like you were used to women, number one, not accepting you and not taking accountability. So you were primed to thinking that that was okay behavior. So when you got into these relationships, when the women would not take accountability, it just seemed so normal to you.
Yeah.
It seemed like normal behavior. That's why they felt okay with getting away with gaslighting you.
Mm.
They felt like they
Wow.
could do it. You're not going to find out. You're the one that's crazy. How dare you? And it sounds
Yeah.
like you never put your foot down. So this is what I'm going to tell guys, okay, guys that are watching me. It takes a lot for a woman. It takes a lot for a woman. It takes a lot for a woman to go out of a way and cheat on you. It takes a lot for a woman. A lot. If a woman goes out of her way to do that to you, chances are that she no longer respects you. She'll do it again, and she'll do it again, and she'll do it again. And she'll do it again. So you can't even get hurt after the second time. She
Wow.
don't respect you. She don't value you. She doesn't even see you as a man enough to respect you because it becomes a respect thing. It becomes a respect thing. Sounds like you didn't know how to be respected. You did not demand respect.
Yeah. I
You
was
gotta,
real passive.
yeah, like you had to put your foot down. You had to demand respect. This is what I'm not going to, and this is, I'm going to say this to whoever's watching, male, female. You have to talk about what you're willing to accept and not accept in a relationship. Like, I'm going to take this, I'm not going to take this. And if that line gets crossed, you better hold your ground. You better be like, hey, I love you, but it's not going to work. Remember, you're not married to these people. You are not married to
True.
them. You are courting them. You are dating them with the let me call it expectation, hope of marriage. So that dating process is when they show you if they're worth, if the marriage is going to be worth it, if they're worth getting married to. So if they've shown you the bad character in the dating period or the dating process, that should be your sign to walk away. You can't let your emotional nature, your emotional self dictate what you're going to, what you're willing to accept and not accept. You can't let it change your boundaries. Your emotions don't get to dictate your boundaries. These are my
Mm.
boundaries. You cross the boundaries. We're supposed to get married, but sounds like you're not in the place, you're not the person that would like to get married to me, because the person that would like to get married to me would not do XYZ.
Mm.
So no matter how much you love this person, no matter how much you love them, they could be your associates, they could be your friends. Heck, they don't have to be your friends. You can move on because you're setting yourself up for the future to get damaged, because whatever happens in your dating life would then bleed into into the rest of your life. So
Mm.
if you can't be man enough with this woman, you can't be man enough with your children. So now you have a new generation that learns to not set boundaries. They learn to not be assertive. Oh yeah, mom just walks all over dad. Shoot. Okay, well, now you have daughters who are going to do the same thing to their husbands. You have sons who are also going to not learn how to be assertive or set their boundaries.
Mm.
Now, let me ask, between each of these relationships, how long did you wait till you got into the next relationship?
I mean, it varies. I want to say early on, it was every month, and then it transitioned from a month to probably a few months, and then I went a space of maybe 2 years not talking to anybody. Just really wanted to find myself.
Wait, you get in a relationship, cheat on you, you get in the next relationship 1 month later.
Yeah, yeah, it was bad, Pastor. I was really struggling back then. Listen, I want everybody to know I'm not that guy today.
You're
I'm
not
a
that
real
guy today.
man.
We know you're not that guy
No,
today. Don't worry.
no.
Golly.
Yeah, it was real. It was real bad. Just wanted to have somebody in my life. Just wanted relationships. But thank God it's not that way anymore. Learned a whole lot.
Hmm. 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 Mm. Someone asked me to play the alarm. Some I got it. There we go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. I have questions. I have questions. I have questions. Before I get into breaking this down, I have a couple questions. We have to round up. Transition from then until today. Are you
Yeah.
married today? Are you single today? What's going on?
Oh yeah, I'm married today. I'm about to celebrate 9 years of marriage,
Okay,
and
okay, 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 okay,
yeah,
okay, okay. 9 years of marriage. Okay, so what's the difference now between your marriage now versus your past relationships?
I was very intentional about uh getting married again. It was a hard thing to do. Had been married before, so this time I went in not being half of myself and looking for my identity in the relationship. I wanted to come in whole, so I really spent time with God. Got around a few fellas and worked on myself, and I made sure I knew what I wanted out of a relationship. I set my standards and boundaries early,
Hmm.
and I spoke with my wife now, and I explained to her I never wanted to get married to divorce, and it actually happened to me. And this time I want to make sure I'm making the right selection. And I told her my non-negotiables and what I'm willing to put in a relationship and what I'm expecting from her.
Hmm.
And we spent a whole good year just getting to know each other
Hmm.
intellectually. Um, we didn't do anything. We wouldn't have sex before marriage. Uh, very intentional, and
Good.
made sure that I was not passive as I used to be in the past. Also speaking my mind because I used to be very confronting. I
Comfort.
didn't want to confrontational.
Yeah.
I really try to avoid it, but I realized in the past, me not saying anything just piled up, and then I would explode one day. And
Hmm.
so I'm very vocal, make sure I communicate with my wife, let her know what's on my heart, what's on my mind.
Hmm.
So that way we can seek out a solution and not allow it to just linger. And it's a whole different outcome. And I can say the women in the past really disrespected me because I didn't respect myself as a man.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
And
first
so,
of all, congratulations for seeing the light and letting yourself go through, some sort of growth, getting your lessons. Someone said, I don't, I'm gonna just put the question on the screen. I don't want to be that person. You have to be that person because someone's got to do it, and it ain't gonna be me. She said, I don't want to be that person, but is she Latina?
Unfortunately, she's not. I couldn't, not that I couldn't find one. I kind
Unfortunately, I'm ending this live. I gotta go, guys.
of, no, Pastor, with all due respect,
Okay.
I'm saying unfortunately because, it was a thing, like I was really into Latinos and nothing wrong with them. It's just I kind of grew past that phase and I just really wanted somebody that I could build a future with. So I didn't limit it to just nationality, you know.
Okay. I'm trying to get it, but maybe I catch it later. I capture it later. I capture it later. I'm
No,
trying to.
like I was just so determined and to just that it had to be a Latino, and I was open to what God wanted to bless me with. Yeah.
Wait, wait. I have a question. I forgot my question. Golly. Unfortunately, it's a little insane. I have a question. Okay,
Go
so
ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
it wasn't Latino, and what race is she?
Good old, black American woman,
Cool little black American woman.
real beautiful.
Okay. We're trying to save you. We're trying to save you. We're trying to save you. It's a lot going on. We thank God. We thank God. Um, so I'm just trying to understand this unfortunately thing. So you, at some point in your life, you you I'm gonna ask you this question because everyone is curious now because saying unfortunately kind of sounds like you settled.
No, didn't
Okay,
settle.
explain that to us.
Oh, it's real simple. I'm just saying this is for really the audience because everybody was expecting that I might have married a Latino. So
Okay,
I'm
maybe
saying
they
unfortunately,
changed. Maybe they changed.
yeah.
Maybe they changed or something like that. But now you still I'm okay.
No, Pastor. Listen, the unfortunately is for the audience. No, I
Okay,
know they were probably expecting me to have married a Latino,
okay,
but guys, unfortunately, I didn't. But greatly, I'm married to a beautiful black woman.
okay, okay,
That was for
okay.
the audience.
For the
I'm good.
audience, for the
Yeah, I'm
audience,
good. I
you
don't moved
maybe the
on.
audience were maybe feeling like there was like some sort of salvation story for you to like now see
Yeah,
Latinas differently. But unfortunately, that never happened.
no, it didn't happen. So I'm good.
Are you
I'm glad it
gaslighting
didn't
us right
happen.
now?
No gaslight over here. No gaslight.
Are you
I have
gaslighting the
no
audience right
desire.
now?
9 years with a beautiful black woman, and many more years to go.
Okay. Many more years to go. And then you did that. It deserves a hand clap. It deserves a hand clap. Yeah, so that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to set the record straight. Listen, we're gonna ask the difficult questions. We're gonna check you. We're gonna check you. It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. Okay, so a few things. a few things. A few things. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna start by saying 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 this. So one of the things you stated from the beginning was that when you would find a girlfriend, you wanted marriage, right? From the girlfriend, you want a marriage, you fantasize about your future, you see yourself in the future and all that stuff, right? I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell you, and viewers, here you have to learn this. Lusting over marriage is still lust. So you're single, you're lusting over marriage and companionship. The product of lusting after the idea of getting married and having a companion is hurt and damage. That's it. The Lord desires that we have companionship. I mean, first of all, with Him. Okay, first of all, with Him. And then, even God gave Adam a help that was suitable for him, meet for him. So God desires that we have companionship, but we can't lust over the things that God desires for us. That cannot be why. That can't be our why. Oh my gosh, I desire this. I just can't be by myself. I can't this. You end up in hurt. Let me tell you this. The moment you begin to lust over the things that God actually desires for you, Satan will present to you the things that God desires for you. I gave this example on Sunday. Jesus came to bring the world back to himself. God loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whomsoever will believe in Jesus will not perish but have eternal life. So there was a redemption story. But look at what happened in the temptation of Jesus. Satan tempted Jesus with assignments, with what God actually desired for Jesus, that the world will come to him, to himself. So it says, bow down and I will give you the kingdoms of the world. Jesus is called the King of Kings, meaning you can't be a king without a kingdom. And it's King of Kings. So it's the kingdom of heaven and the kingdoms of the world. But here you have Satan offering Jesus what God's desire is. So you can't get sidetracked by lusting over what God already desires for you. This is for every single man, every single woman, that when you want to get married so bad, you meet someone, you're ready to settle down, you're looking at everybody else, they got something going on, you don't got something going on. Stop, cut it out, cut out the nonsense, first of all. If nobody would tell you, you hear it here first, okay? Now, the second thing I'm going to tell you is this, is that when Satan sends you what you desire, he'll spice it up and he'll put passion in it. And the passion will grow over time. And the passion is a perverted passion, because even when you hurt, it will seem like passion. It will seem like connection. It will seem like you guys are going through things together, but you just hurt it. They just killing you. That's it. And no passion and no love in someone killing you. It don't make no sense. There is no hurt and damage. I mean, there is no love and damage. There is no passion and damage. If you're watching, smash the like button. Will help us reach more people with this story. Will help more people in relationship. The second thing I realized about your stories is you mentioned, you said this first. You said, I was talking to this girl, pretty girl. You're talking to these other girls, pretty girl. You mentioned the materialistic, the superficial, right? The physical look. Okay. And
Yeah.
to reinstate that belief that you were hooked on the physical looks, you said, and I quote, "When I saw my ex at the mall with her 2 kids, she didn't look the same. I was happy that I made the right decision by not getting back with her because she didn't look the same." That looks like, because my question is, so if she looked different, will you have gotten back with her? Now, that's a rhetorical question. That's not a question for you to answer, right? If she looked different, would you have gotten back with her? So you didn't jump the gun. You did not jump the gun. You were not saved because she looked different. You were saved because you didn't make the same stupid decision, stupid mistake, right? And here's what I'm going to tell everybody watching this. When you find yourself in those situations, listen, when you find yourself in those situations where you've been cheated on, where you've been hurt, find somebody that you can talk to that will speak sense into you. Sometimes the sense that you need, sometimes the sense that you lack it'll come from a friend who will tell you just as it is. Just exactly how it is. Hey, listen, you don't got to do all that. Sound like you don't know who you are. Sound like you got a problem. A good friend is another thing I picked up is that you didn't have a good community around you, right? You didn't have good accountability around you.
That's
And that
true.
leads me to my next point, marrying within the church. First of all, any church that pushes marrying within the church is a cult, because you should be able to find a wife outside of the church, and either you're going to go to her church now, or she's going to come to your church, or you find a new church together. There shouldn't be this push on marrying inside the church. If you marry inside the church, cool. But at what cost? So that looks like the pastor cared more about you marrying inside the church, keeping you inside the church, than she cared about your actual mental and spiritual well-being, than she cared about catering to your soul, than she cared about you and your partner, your ex-partner. It looks like your marriage satisfied her and didn't satisfy you. It did nothing for God. Like there was no God in that marriage.
True.
So that to say that your lack of having the right community and accountability bled into your church life, because now you then go to a church who don't hold you accountable. They don't hold you accountable. They're not looking out for you. They're not speaking the truth to you, because if you're in my church, I'll tell you, yo, they already showed you.
Yeah.
Now you're going to make a decision, but here's what you need to know. They will do it again, or almost do it again. And if it's a weakness, they definitely doing it again. Now you get to choose. You know this is the weakness. Do you want to do this? If you say yes, there's nothing I could do. I'm gonna marry you guys. Cool. That's your choice. You're adults. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna marry you, but I'm gonna let you know that it's gonna happen again. I'm gonna let you know to take time out, to go seek counseling, to go to therapy. Heck, I'm your pastor and I go to therapy. I'm your pastor and I get counseling. So I'm gonna push for that to happen. We gotta have a conversation. We need to have a real conversation here. Because what we have today is we have a lot of men that don't have men to speak into them. We have women that don't have women to speak into them. We have men that don't have fathers to speak to them, into them, and we have women that don't have mothers to speak into them. We have a lot of boys that are plain men that never grew into men. Because a man that has no accountability is a boy. You never grew up. Immaturity isn't you not becoming a man. It's you lacking accountability. Because if you lack accountability, you're no man. Every true man should have accountability. Accountability is why we take responsibility. That's why we have discipline. We have somebody to bounce things off of with. I'm not really sure about this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a conversation with somebody about it. And you got to learn. You got to watch out for the disrespect while dating. Somebody disrespects you while dating, you're not marrying that person. Me, I would take Ken. I would take this. One of my church men say, oh, you want to do this? We're going to have a big problem. And the disrespect. Because if you've allowed the disrespect to happen, they're going to disrespect you again. So you're not going to be the man in your house. You're going to be an Ahab. And Ahab destroys churches. Ahab destroys prophets. Ahab imprisons prophets. So when you have men, listen to this now, this is for pastors. When you have men who don't have men to keep them accountable, when you have men whose wives control them, whose wives disrespect them, what you have is an Ahab that in not too long, will come against your ministry. They'll come against your ministry. They will, 1,000,000%. Because one day Jezebel is going to speak against the preacher. Jezebel is going to speak against the prophets. Jezebel is going to issue a declaration to kill the prophets. It's going to happen. So this is for pastors. So this is why, as a pastor, you need to teach your men to have accountability. When you have a woman like that that's disrespectful to you, a partner that's disrespectful to you, guess what? It's going to affect your prayer life. It's going to affect your ability to hear God. When you have a partner that gaslights you, imagine God shows you a dream about this partner. The partner is going to tell you you didn't really hear from God. Then you find out one day that everything God showed you was real. You're going to start questioning your ability to hear God. Number one, you're questioning your ability to hear God. Number two, you're questioning the fact that you were not able to catch that you had the lying spirit close to you that made you question your ability to hear God. It's going to affect your spiritual growth moving forward. It's going to affect it. So people think, oh, it's just marriage. You were just married to this. Now, it's going to affect your life moving forward. And you find this especially with prophetic people as well. Because Ahab's attracted to the prophets. So first it starts with affecting your emotions, your mental, and then it starts affecting your spiritual life. And then you wonder why you're not praying and why your prayer life is so weak. You wonder why you're not hearing God. No, God is speaking to you, but you have a Jezebel who has brought in the wrong doctrines into your household. Okay, almost done. Almost done. Great story. Great story. But we're gonna help viewers not get there again. God is
Thank
good.
you,
We're
Pastor.
almost done. Thank you for sharing your story, by the way. I believe this is going to help people. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30 says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Favor is deceitful. Favor is deceitful. Oh, she's just there for me. She just does things for me. She's so loving. Oh, she looks good. The Bible says it's vain, it's deceitful, it's lying. It's a lying spirit. It says, but a woman that fears the Lord, she shall be praised. So all these surface level attraction, it has to stop. I'll tell you this. Every church has 4 men that the whole church is attracted to and wants to marry. Every church has 4 women that the whole church is attracted to and wants to marry. So a new visitor comes, there are these 4 people, 4 candidates. Oh, if it's not this person, it's this person. If it's not this person, it's this person. Some churches have 3, some churches have 10, depending on the size of the church. But the average, these 4 people, okay? Every new person that comes, oh, this woman is good. This guy is good. That's the definition of beauty is vain. You can already tell that that person is a foolish person. Because if the person say, I see this woman as my wife, but everybody else saw that woman as a wife. I see this man as my husband, but everybody saw that man as their husband. It already shows your discernment is off. Because you all have one common denominator. That person looks good. The person has some charisma, some charm. It's charisma and charm. That's it. That ain't God speaking to you. That's lost. Okay, I'm going to show you another one. Here's another one. Proverbs 11:22. As a jewel of gold is a swine's snot, whatever. So is a fair woman which is without discretion. So it says a pretty woman without wisdom or modesty is compared to, the gold, the thing they put on the pig's nose. Say beauty without wisdom is meaningless. Beauty without respect is meaningless. It means nothing. Oh, she looks good. She's not respectful. She's talking to your basketball bro. She's like a pig. She's not even the pig. She's like the nose, the earring on the pig's nose. The one they used to identify the pig. The pig's ID, identification. The pig's social security. Here's another one. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 25. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Well, I just looked into her eyes. I was just mesmerized. Mesmerized by what? Wake up. Mesmerized by what? Oh, she just looked so good. She looked good. There was a guy in our church. Every Latina woman the Lord showed him, he was his wife. If it was not admin one, it was admin two. If it was not admin two, it was servant leader three. If it was not servant leader three, it was servant. How did God show you all these women were your wives? We thought it was this one. You found out that this one was going through divorce, but she was still married. So you say, okay. Then you go to the next one. But this, you said God showed you was the first one. Did God make a mistake the first time? Then now it's the second one. You're chasing after her, you're stalking her, you're following her. Then that one says, no, it's not going to work. Then you lie, you say you got visions, dreams, you even ask, you say everybody's whatever, it didn't work. You go to the next one. And now we're seeing you dating the third option, or is it the fourth one now? And we're scared to tell the sister. We're afraid to tell her, this, bro, this is what this guy does. Until we have to start now slowly giving her hints. Hey, have you out there looking stupid? Beauty is fleeting. Beauty is fleeting. You follow somebody for beauty. When real storms come, you don't have foundation. Catherine said, what is going on with the Latinas? You're a Latina, we should ask you. We don't know. Proverbs. We can keep going. Let me do one last one. One last one. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3 through 6. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Smoother than oil. She knows what to say to you. Oh, baby, it's okay. It's fine. I know. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. She knows how to convince you. But her end is bitter as warm wood, sharp as a two-edged sword. It's a false scripture. The word of God is compared to a two-edged sword. The words of this woman is compared to a two-edged sword. That means it's not God speaking, it's the devil speaking through this person to destroy your identity. You already had problem with self-worth. Now you have more problem with self-worth. Who is speaking into your identity? A strange woman. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. She's just there dragging you to your death. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Wishy-washy. You don't know this one. You don't know this one. Someone said, Egypt, please don't. Nah, no, they ain't all married Latinas. Don't say that. Their wives is not Latinas. Don't play. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Their wives is not Latinas. Nah. They African, Arab. Don't play. Don't play with me. Nah. I married a black woman. A black and then. Don't play with me now. Don't do that to me. Don't play with me. Nah, don't do all that. Nah. No, I did. No, they didn't. Don't play with me now. Don't link me. Don't do that to me. Nah, they're not Hispanic. Go do your homework. Nah. Chill and focus. I'm not the caller. You trying to be the caller? Relax. Don't play with me now. Don't do that. What you doing that for? I'm not the one that was obsessed with that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Yo, I got a good woman out here. Don't play my wife like that. Stop playing. Shoot. Listen, so we're gonna summarize this. We're gonna summarize this. We're gonna summarize this. She was pretty to the eye, but not whole enough for the spirit. Beauty faded, and the truth revealed what charm tried to hide. The truth will always reveal what charm will hide, but it will never happen until the beauty fades. And beauty fade, the quickest way for beauty to fade, the quickest way for beauty to fade, the quickest way, disrespect. True character. You see, some people may be face ugly, but character, or face beautiful, but character ugly. That character ugly will make the face cancerous. Just a matter of time. Haven't you seen gorgeous women, handsome men that have never kept it? You ask yourself, you're so good looking, but why do people keep leaving you? Check. You see, there's a problem with character. There's a problem with character. Big problem with character. And let me throw out a theory that that lady did not look the same, not because, hear this now, not because of her outward appearance, but because time allowed you to see what was really in her heart. When you're in a relationship, when you're inside, sometimes that person you're seeing, that beauty you're seeing, you're the only one seeing it. Your friends may think that person is have you seen Nanny McPhee before she transformed? Uh-huh. They may think she's Nanny McPhee before transformation. They may think she's what's the other one? Naughty Professor. What's that? Restitution. They may think she's Restitution, but they won't tell you. That girl, yo, my guy, you got. But only you will see that beauty. But after you come out of it, you realize, what was I seeing here? What was I seeing here? No, it's not because they changed and became more ugly. Nah, you had time. And this is why you need time to heal. Because time will let you analyze and see, oh, this is really what was going on. And now you're really seeing the beauty of the heart. And you realize there's nothing with the heart. There's nothing in there. How ugly was the heart? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? I hope you capture. Okay. Thank you so much, caller. Caller, you heard.
Yeah, Pastor, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I
I
mean, you're no longer
appreciate the
that guy.
time.
You change. I mean, we
No,
we, we,
that's
we
yeah.
definitely need to have a part two. We need to have a follow up call because it's a couple things we would like to address, but we're running out of time today. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hope for the best for your marriage and your family.
Thank,
God bless you.
thank you, Pastor.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right, God,
you're welcome.
God bless you too, Pastor. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Golly. What a story. Sheesh. Yikes. Listen, sometimes we be we be walking around not realizing. Yikes, we don't be realizing a couple of things, you see what I'm saying? You don't realize, check on your brothers, check on your brothers, check on your sisters. You know, sometimes you don't want to, I know you want to protect your partner and you don't want to tell their secrets or whatever and tell the bad things about them. You know, but have one person that you pray about. You ask the Lord, Lord, can I trust this person? Can I trust this person? And as the Lord will reveal to you, then you can tell the person things. Don't tell the whole community your problems. Maybe your pastor, maybe your friend, it might be your dad. A man that you can tell things as a man, and a woman that you can tell things. Maybe your pastor's wife, maybe your mother, somebody that means the best for you. When I say your pastor's wife, if you're in a cult, you better not ask your pastor's wife or your pastor. They would perpetuate the nonsense. Okay. So the reason why we tell these stories is so that you hear them and you don't fall for the same mistakes. We share the crazy stories and we talk about the lessons. Super grateful to each of the callers that call in. It takes a lot to call in. It takes a lot to actually share your stories. I mean, on the way we have fun. Sometimes it's a crazy sad story, sub story. But one thing that happens at the end is that we find the lessons to help you and to help the callers from future diabolical events taking place, if you understand. I see a comment says never tell anyone your problems but God. Sound like you got hurt before by someone you trust. You always need accountability. The last person that told me that was actually the person. I'm gonna just tell you guys this. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say this. The last person that told me that, he said some things you gotta take to the grave with you, was the person that I would tell everything and that turned against me. That person that I thought, man, he loved me, he cared about me. I need to. He said, "Nah, don't tell nobody this, but you could tell me." So I'll tell this person and not tell nobody else. And God forbid I try to tell somebody else. God forbid I try to tell somebody else. Why would you trust this person? Stop me from telling people. Now you need somebody you could talk to. Heck, if you don't have a friend, hire a therapist. Like, get a therapist, get a counselor. Get a counselor. You guys are not hearing that. Why do Christians feel like why do Christians feel like they can't get a counselor or go to therapy? Go to therapy. Go talk to a therapist. Have a conversation with them. Who they going to tell? They're going to go tell your mom? They're going to go tell your church? No, unless they get subpoenaed by the court. And if you've done some crazy stuff. Otherwise, talk to somebody. Pray to God. Tell the Lord, what therapist can I talk to? Who can I talk to? Okay, nobody's an island. We're not islands. We're not islands. And that's one of the things about marriage. Like, you want to be able to marry somebody that you can talk to. You want to be able to marry somebody that you can share things with, that will not use it against you in a fight. BetterHelp is affordable. Look at that. BetterHelp is I'm putting that on there. That deserves screen time. There. BetterHelp is affordable. Go sign up for BetterHelp. Marry somebody you can talk to. That in an argument, they're not gonna bring up your crazy stuff, like the things you've told them, and use it against you. And if the friend that you have would even slightly use what you've said against you, you know to cut them off. Like, you're not somebody that's gonna help my future. You're not somebody that's here to help me. You're a disgrace to the label friendship. You shouldn't be my friend. And you don't need three chances, 3 tries for God to warn you about this friendship. You just gotta stop. I'm done. We're done. I'm moving on. That's it. Anyway, I love y'all so much. Welcome back to my second episode of F Love, Forget Love. Okay? I'm gonna see y'all very, 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 very soon. God bless you. And show a little history. Look at that. Look at the comments rolling in. I'm gonna see you next week. We're past our time. I'm gonna see you next week at 8 p.m. If you want to be a caller, you wanna get on this anonymous live stream, call, whatever, send me an email through ejnewton.com via my website, and we'll have you next on the show. You got a crazy story, you have a crazy past that you believe can help somebody else. By the time we bring in some scriptural insight, please come in, log in, come tell your story. I love you all so much. We have church tomorrow. Actually, I know somebody here has a friend going through some crazy stuff. Share with them episode 1. Share with them with this episode, and tell them to look forward to episode 3, which is next week Saturday. Tell them they don't go to church. Okay, fine. Come hear this. Come. You may not feel comfortable going to church, but this is church. It's just online, right? We're going to have the difficult conversations. You're going to get delivered from the spirit of stupid. That's what's going to happen. Because you won't be listening. You see what I'm saying? So come through, bring them. It's a safe place. We listen. We don't judge a lot of the time. Sometimes we judge. Hey, I mean, you heard those stories. Those are crazy enough to judge a little bit at least. Come on. You can't judge us for judging. Anyway, love you all. Tomorrow's service is at 10:30 a.m. in Miami, 433 Church. See you. Come excited, because we want the atmosphere to be exciting. You know what I'm saying? Bring your excitement over. We're going to have fun in God's presence. We're going to have a great message. We are in our series of on the prodigal son. Can't wait to teach tomorrow. And then the week after, we have Easter Sunday. If you're out of town, come through. Come through for Easter Sunday. Come. Let us host you for Easter Sunday. Let's host you. Love y'all so much, and I'll see you soon. If you'd like to support our channel, I'm going to post our given information right after this. God bless you. See you soon.